Hi guys, what a night in Paris. UFC Paris delivered fireworks, and guess what? We went 4 out of 4 on our predictions. That's right, every single fight we broke down hit exactly how we said it would. So in this video, I am going to give you a quick recap of each fight, how it played out, and why our betting analysis was spot on. Let's start with Rinat Fakhretinov, who once again showed why he is such a dangerous fighter at welterweight. From the very beginning, Rinat came out with a clear game plan, apply pressure, cut off the cage, and look for heavy shots, and that's exactly what he did. You could see how his opponent was struggling to deal with the forward movement. Every time Rinat threw combinations, he mixed up his strikes beautifully, targeting both the body and the head. That constant pressure paid off quickly, because once he found the opening, he landed with clean, powerful punch that shook the entire arena. The knockout itself was a perfect example of timing and power. Rinat didn't just throw wild punches, he set up his shot with patience, waited for the right moment, and then capitalized. When the final punch landed, it was like ops. The referee had no choice but to step in, and honestly, it was the right call because his opponent was completely done. This victory proved that Rinat is not just a grinder or a wrestler, as some people label him. He has knockout power, he can finish fight standing, and he's evolving into a complete threat in the division. Our prediction for him winning by KO or decision was spot on, and it feels great to have read the fight so accurately. If Rinat continues like this, it's only a matter of time before we see he climbing into the top. Next up, we had Modestas Bukauskas, and wow, what a performance from him. Bukauskas came into this fight hungry, focused, and you could tell he wanted to make a statement from the first round. His striking looked sharp, he was calm, composed, and picking his shot with precision. What stood out the most was how he managed the distance. He didn't rush things, he stayed patient, and when the opening finally came, he delivered a beautiful combination that dropped his opponent. The knockout was clean, decisive, and exactly what he needed to remind everyone that he belonged in the UFC light heavyweight division. But beyond the knockout, there's another layer to this fight. This was also the last time we saw Paul Craig compete. As he announced his retirement from MMA afterwards, Craig has been one of those fighters who always brought excitement to the cage. Whether he was pulling off crazy submission or going to war with top contenders, he gave fans some unforgettable moments. So while Bukauskas stole the show with his call, we also have the give respect to Paul Craig for everything he's given to the sport. It's never easy to see a fighter hang up the gloves, but at the same time, it's part of the game, and he is walking away after a career full of highlights. For us, the prediction was right on target again. We say Bukauskas had the tool to get the finish, and he delivered. That's 2 out of 2 correct so far, and the momentum of our pick was only getting stronger as the night went on. Then came one of the most electric moments of the night. Benoit, God of War Saint-Denis, fighting in front of his home crowd, and man, did he deliver. From the moment he walked out, you could feel the energy in the arena. The fans were behind him 100%, and he fed off that energy every second of the fight. Right from the start, Benoit showed exactly why his shot are dangerous and well-rounded fighter. His pressure was insane. He just kept marching forward, forcing his opponent onto the back foot, never giving him time to breathe. On the feet, he was throwing heavy shots to settle the tongue, but you could tell his plan was to get it to the ground. Once it hit the mat, it was only a matter of time. Saint-Denis worked with surgical precision, moved step by step until he locked in that submission. And when he finally got it, the arena exploded. The roar of the French crowd celebrating their hometown hero, choking out his opponent, was unreal. What makes Benoit special is that warrior spirit. He doesn't just fight to win, he fights like he wants to break his opponent's will. That's why fans are starting to see him not just a contender, but as someone who could soon be knocking on the door of the top of the division. For us, this was another perfect call. We predicted submission or decision, and that's exactly what's happening. At this point, we were 3 out of 3 on the night, proving that when we break down fight, we don't just guess. We understand the game. And finally, we close the night with Nasruddin Imavov, another French fighter stepping into the spotlight in Paris. The pressure was on the main event, the fans expecting a big performance, and Imavov showed exactly why he is one of the most technical middleweights in the game right now. From the opening bell, he established his style, clean footwork, sharp striking, and the ability to control the pace of the fight. He didn't rush, he didn't get emotional, he just fought smart. Every jab, every feint, every counter was calculated, and while his opponent tried to push back, Imavov was always a step ahead, showing maturity and composure far beyond his years. The fight went the distance, but honestly, it never felt like it slipped out of Imavov's control. He mixed in his striking with just and no clinch work to keep his opponent guessing, and by the end, the decision was clear. The crowd may have wanted a finish, but when Imavov delivered it was a dominance, the kind of performance that proved he belongs in the elite conversation at 185. And that's a wrap for UFC Paris. What a night! We went 4 out of 4 on our prediction. 2 knockouts, 1 submission, and a decision just like we called it. That's the kind of run you dream about in betting, and it shows the work payoffs. But we're not stopping here. Next weekend, September 30th, we've got stacked UFC Fight Night card coming up, and we'll be dropping our full betting prediction right here on the channel. So if you don't want to miss out on the next cash opportunity, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you're the first to see it. We've built momentum with UFC Paris, and now we're rolling it straight into the next card. Stay tuned, because if you thought 4-4 was big, wait until you see what's got for the next one. See you next week.